Owning your home has a series of 15 well-orchestrated steps. Did you know? Here, I break down the entire home buying process so that you can stay informed, plan better, and execute on your dream of owning your dream home. And wait till the very end wherein I provide some cool insight I wish I had access to when I was purchasing our homes. Are you ready? Let's go. Hey, a quick detour. Ravi with the Rams Group at eXp Realty here. If this is the first time we're meeting, I welcome you to my channel, wherein I strive to provide meaningful, educational, and relevant content to help both home sellers and buyers. You hitting that subscribe button and smashing that bell icon and liking this video will not only help the algorithm, but also help others too derive value, and I totally appreciate it. Back to the home buying journey. Here's what is involved in buying a home step by step. Step number 1, get ready to own your home. Before you start the process, you and others who'll be owning the home along with you need to get a handle on 4 things. Number 1, do you have a steady income? If you're employed, then that means you have steady income. If you're in business for yourself or on a commission basis, then that means your income will go up and down and all around. This may make some lenders ask for additional eligibility information. Number 2, your DTI, which is your debt to income ratio. This is how much money you pay every month towards your debt, divided by the gross monthly income, which should be less than 36%. When the DTI is over 36%, the lenders typically ask for additional eligibility criteria from you, just to be aware. Number 3, how good is your credit? Have you checked your credit scores lately? If you're going in for a loan, the minimum required credit score for a conventional loan as of this recording is 620. And if it's an FHA or a VA loan, the score requirements are a little less than conventional. If you haven't checked your credit lately, I strongly suggest you do that. I've included a few resources below in the Getting Ready section for you to get started. Now coming back to the credit scores. The higher your scores, the better are the rates that you qualify for. And this could save you literally thousands over the life of the loan, something for you to seriously consider. Number 4, borrowing from friends and family to buy a house. This is another rich source of funds that you can tap into to purchase your home. Now, I provided the details of the what's and the house in the Getting Ready section below as well for you to refer. Step number 2 is check your affordability, which is how much home you can afford. This is an important step in the home buying process, and I would not advise you to look it over. It'll let you know whether you are going to be comfortable making the monthly payments or if you're going to be stretched thin making them. Make sure that you plug in your salary details for you and your wife and our other partners who will be owning the home along with you. I'd use the net income in my calculations for affordability of paying the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, the HOA, the utilities, the sewer capacity charge if there's one. And you'd want to factor in all these home-related expenses and make sure that they are 30% or less of your net income monthly. And I provided access to a home affordability calculator below in the home affordability section for you to check that out. Now, the first 2 steps will take a few hours for you to complete, which should provide you a good handle on things to take it further. Step number 3, meet, interview, and pick your real estate agent. Now, feel free to discuss your wants and needs with them about what you're looking for, your price range, etc. And they'll be happy to let you know what is available in your local real estate market. Now, understand that the services that the buyer agent provides is absolutely free for you. In real estate, the agents representing the buyers are actually compensated by the sellers. So you want an agent that is not only familiar with your local market, but also who's able to negotiate effectively and help you get your dream home of your choice for the best terms and prices possible, right? And more importantly, someone who's super responsive, has a great handle on the home buying process from start to finish, and knows the various moving pieces, and on top of everything has your best interest at heart. Now, I'd liken the realtor to be like your cardiologist, your financial advisor, your lawyer, basically someone whom you can trust to handle the biggest transaction. And you'd want them to be the best as well, right? So I'd strongly suggest that you do your due diligence here, okay? Now, you may ask if you really need a realtor when buying a home. Great question. I'd like to answer it by saying that you get an agent who has market knowledge, who can keep the emotions at bay, and who can offer you objective advice, and on top of everything, help you pick the dream home of your choice free. And by free, I mean that seller will compensate the buyer's agent as we discussed before. Then why not have quality representation that you can trust, correct? Now, step number 4, down payment and closing costs. The down payment is a percentage of the purchase price, which you are paying in cash now and are making a mortgage for the remaining payment. So down payment plus mortgage is equal to the total purchase price, okay? The down payment could be anywhere from 0 to 100%. When you put 100% down, it means that you're paying all cash for the home. And a 0% down could be a VA loan, a Veteran Affairs loan, or some other special loan programs your lender offers to purchase your home, that is. Now, typical down payment for a conventional loan is 20%. And for anything less than 20% down, you'll have what is called a PMI, or the private mortgage insurance. The PMI secures the lender or the bank that is making you the mortgage. The PMI is to be avoided at all costs, right? As much as possible, because the payments that you make towards a PMI do not go towards your monthly principal or interest. And your PMI, even though it's a dead expense, may be tax deductible. However, that's a conversation that you need to have with your tax consultant. Moving on to closing costs. Well, what are they? Well, the bank that you get your mortgage from will require that you have title fees, appraisal costs, loan origination fees, discount points, etc. And these typically range from 2 to 6% of the value of the home that you're purchasing. This is what are called closing costs. And from a planning perspective, it helps you to set at least 3% so that you have those funds which are ready and available when it is time. Step number 5, get pre-approved for your loan. Here's when you contact a bank, a loan officer, or a lending professional to help you get pre-approved for a loan. If you're not going in for all cash for the purchase, that is. Now, this is where your real estate agent should be able to recommend several local lenders in your area. Your lender will want to look at several financial documents, including pay stubs, your bank account balances, and your investments. From that, your lender will be able to generate what your maximum loan amount is that they feel comfortable lending to you at the then prevailing interest rates. Now, they will provide you with a pre-approval letter for the maximum amount that you can purchase. The pre-approval letter is critical as many sellers will not accept your offer without it. Now, once you get pre-approved, it is important that you do not accumulate any more debt from the time you get pre-approved till the time you close on the loan. Yes, buying a new car or that chandelier on credit can wait, okay? I'm serious. The reason is that any more debt can affect your debt to income ratio, which will then affect the maximum loan amount that you qualify for. The pre-approval should give you an idea of how much money you have on hand. That is what your upper pre-approval limit is, for you to know what kind of a price point you can afford. This step is crucial because not knowing how much of a home you can afford will make you go look at homes, fall in love, which are maybe a tier or two above your price point, making it not a very good experience or a good use of your time, okay? Step number 6, the home search. So now you have a pre-approval letter. The fun part starts now. Are you ready? You can now start searching for homes with your real estate agent. You will want to provide your agent with a list of criteria, such as what you're specifically looking for in your next home. It may be a minimum number of bedrooms, minimum bathrooms, the number of car garages, and a large or a small yard, including the school district preference, etc. Your real estate agent will schedule showings for those homes as well so that you can walk through and see them in person. You want an agent who spends more time upfront, that understands specifically what your needs and wants are, so that you both can prioritize the various requirements, helping introduce several efficiencies in the home search as well as the buying process. Basically, you want the realtor's boots on the ground, doing the actual work, carrying out the search on your ideal home, knowing exactly what your requirements are, okay? Step number 7, make an offer. Once you find a perfect home, the next step is to make an offer on it. Your real estate agent will help you determine what a fair market value for that home specifically is. They'll help you write up the offer and submit it to the sellers through their agent. And you will enclose the pre-approval letter that you obtained from the lender previously. and send it along with the offer. The pre-approval letter serves to create confidence in the seller's mind about your ability to both afford as well as close on the home in time, should your offer be picked, right? That's what the sellers are looking for. Now, your realtor should be able to educate you on what the different contingencies, their impact on the offer, including the pros and cons of including or waiving each. Be sure to discuss the various contingencies you want to include in your offer with your realtor. Also, your realtor should be able to fill you in on the various nuances of making your offer attractive, besides discussing the other strategies to help you win the home of your choice. Step number 8, earnest money. When you submit your offer, you will submit a percentage of the purchase price as a good faith deposit called the earnest money. The earnest money is actually a portion of the down payment, which is actually due within a certain time period after your contract gets accepted. One thing you have to be careful is that you cannot back out of the contract due to a change in mind or some other fault of yours, because you may lose your earnest money. And this could be a few thousands or more of dollars based on the price and how aggressively you wanted the home, and especially when competing with multiple offers. Now, the earnest money indicates your seriousness about purchasing the home to the sellers. That's what earnest money is all about. Step number 9, negotiate the contract. It is not uncommon for the negotiations to go back and forth between the seller and the buyer a few times. And each time there's a back and forth, the price and or the terms may get adjusted. Just so you know, everything is negotiable in real estate. Just make sure that everything both you and the seller agree to is in writing. It's absolutely important to protect you. Say you want that bronze statue or that delicate ivory handwork in the balcony. Everything needs to be spelled out clearly in the contract so that there's no misunderstanding between the sellers and buyers during the negotiation phase, okay? Step number 10, the escrow. So after the back and forth, the seller has now accepted the offer and the contract now enters escrow. Yay, congratulations, you won the home, right? Escrow is the time between when the seller accepts your offer and you actually close on the home, from after the contract goes mutual till the end. This could range from a few days to a few weeks to even months based on whether it's a new construction or a resale. Now, new construction homes take a while to complete, as we all know. This takes us to step number 11, which is inspection. If, as part of the offer, a post-inspection was negotiated, the buyer has a choice to hire a licensed professional home inspector to inspect the home. Depending on the market, whether it's a seller's market or a buyer's market, buyers can either do a pre-inspection, which is an inspection conducted before the offer is made, or do a post-inspection, which is an inspection which is conducted after the offer is accepted, okay? The difference between pre and post-inspection. Now, the inspector's job is to find all the potential flaws with the home: the roof, the plumbing, the heating and the cooling, mold, leaks, or what have you. And it's not uncommon to see an inspection report having several dings called out. Now, regardless of the age of the home, even new construction homes could have several dings called out. Now, the inspection provides the buyer enough data to renegotiate the offer with the sellers based on the things uncovered, right? Depending on the negotiations, you could get some seller credit, reduction in the purchase price, and or based on the costs involved in remedying the issues that the inspector found and replacing the respective items. It could range anywhere. Step number 12, negotiation for fixes. Based on what comes out of the inspection report, prioritize the issues, and your options are basically to ask the seller for a credit, discount in the purchase price, or fix the issue. If the sellers choose to fix the issues based on the negotiations, you will have a chance to inspect the homes during the final walkthrough, which comes later. And some work here, along with your agent, will save you a lot of money, trust me. Step number 13, the appraisal. This is something that the lender carries out at their end. This is a professional who estimates the value of your home, and depending on the comparable homes that sold in the neighborhood around your home, the subject property, based on the quality of the home and other things that go into factoring the appraised value. And basically their job is to see if your home qualifies for the loan amount that you've requested from the bank and for the bank to loan on, so that it's a win-win for both, okay? And if the appraisal came in low, you, the buyer, have room to negotiate with the seller for a reduction in purchase price or meet somewhere in between based on the contingencies that you had when you submitted the offer. Okay? Step number 14, the final walkthrough. This is where you get a chance to do a visual inspection of the home after the sellers have moved out and check if the items that you were promised that you wanted as part of your offer are in fact left behind by the sellers. Besides, you're also checking that the sellers have not damaged anything during their moving out. And also, it is a time for you to check the fixes that you previously negotiated, because this is your final walkthrough. You're just kind of ensuring that the sellers have fixed whatever they agreed to you to your satisfaction. Also, this is a good time to ask the sellers through their agent about the different systems that they have or installed, like the security system, the fancy lights in the front yard, or the automatic lights, as they call it, including their instruction manuals, the lease information, lease term for the equipment, etc. You want to get all that information, as much information as possible, basically, and so that you're not trying to reach the sellers after you move in and the home is closed. Okay? This is your opportunity to get to know all the features of the home. So the final walkthrough is important. Step number 15. The closing stage. Yay, congratulations! You are at the final step and are about to own your home. Excited? You should be. Your lender will send you the closing disclosure document typically about 3 to 4 days prior to closing, which details all the expenses and what you should bring to the closing table, basically. And this is your chance to verify that all the numbers that the lender provided as part of your pre-approval kind of match line item by line item with the closing disclosure. And you are in fact getting a mortgage for the terms that you were promised by the lending institution. You will also get a settlement statement which details the purchase price, the down payment, and other line items. Now you have a responsibility to make sure that all these numbers balance out to zero and that you're not paying anything extra. Moving on to closing. Closing is when the actual transfer of the property happens between the seller and the buyer, and often involves the use of a title company and or an attorney to act as a non-biased, neutral, third-party facilitator to the transaction. Okay? And your real estate agent will be alongside of you, making sure that the process goes smoothly. They will help you review all the necessary paperwork before you sign them. And now, after you sign all the paperwork that is necessary, the sale gets recorded with the county. And after you get the recording numbers back from the county, you are handed the keys to your new home and you are officially a homeowner. Congratulations. And that concludes the 15 steps in the home buying process. If you live in Washington and plan on buying a home soon, my team and I would love to work with you and help you navigate this complicated process with ease. And I'd like to also point you to our online reviews about what our other delighted clients had to say about working with us. Check it out. Now, we offer total care and look forward to this being an absolute delightful experience for you as well. And now for the cool stuff I promised at the beginning of this video. Are you ready? For sticking this long, I want to share that the brokerage, eXp Realty, whom my wife and I are associated with, has presence in all of the United States and in 18 other international countries as well, as of this recording, and growing by the week, which is amazing. And we can help you interview and get the right local agent to help you or someone you know buy homes anywhere we are present. And we've successfully helped other friends of ours in Illinois, Texas, Oregon, Florida, to name a few. And give us a call and we'll take care of that for you. I hope that this video was useful to you. Our contact information is provided below for us to connect. Leave us a comment below. Let us know if you gleaned something useful in this video, something that was an aha moment. We'd be delighted to know. Here's wishing you the very best, and we'll connect soon. Bye-bye.